Hey there guys, I am SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Yoshi's Woolly World. Last time, we defeated our first fortress of the game, and we went ahead and cleared the next level here, 1-5. But as you notice here, we're playing with a gotta go fast character, Yoshi, and I think it's time to go ahead and ditch Sonic and trade him in for a better animal. A cow. Sorry Sonic, I love you and all, but we got a cow Yoshi, and I just want to play with Moo Moo Yoshi. Just a weird idea, and I love it. Let's go ahead and go into 1-6. Shy, but deadly. Gonna go ahead and make some more yarn balls big, because those big balls have been coming in handy. Very weird sentence. Don't regret saying anything. Let's go ahead and just enter the next level here, shall we? So I'm gonna go ahead and start off by talking about the loading screens. Kind of a weird detail to talk about, but trust me, that actually is something that's worth talking about, because they did change with Miiverse dying. When the game was first around 2015, up to the Miiverse shutting down 2017, you have Miiverse posts show up in between the loading screens. So every single time you load a level, you'll see 3 comments appear, and they will cycle out every couple seconds. But now that the game was updated without the Miiverse support, so Miiverse basically dead, you can't see anything at all. So loading screens are pretty bare now, unfortunately. But it was a cool idea back in the day when Miiverse still existed, just to see all these different posts appearing. I mean, sometimes you get some great posts, sometimes you get some very questionable stuff that I swear shouldn't have got past the dang moderators, but let's be honest here. Miiverse was a cool service, moderation was terrible. Like, they barely did anything on the service, and if they did, they were a little too harsh on people. I still remember when I first got my Wii U, I had my Miiverse account blocked off for about a week for posting simply because I put my full username as my character name. So I called myself, what I always call myself, SonicGhost64, and they're like, nah dude, you can't do that. So because of it, we're gonna limit your posts. It's like, excuse me? People can literally read that name. I don't know why it wasn't allowed, but sure. Like, there was weird quirks like that with Miiverse that didn't really make much sense, but then there was other things that somehow got past the moderation. I don't understand how. I mean, the biggest example everyone can always think of is things like Mario Maker or the Miiverse stage from Smash 4 on Wii U, where there would be little curse words or phallic objects appearing, to say the very least. Like, there was a lot of weird stuff that somehow got past the moderation. I don't know how. I don't know. Miiverse was a fun little thing when it was around, but I swear the moderation was mixed. It was either good or it was terrible. Also, how did I eat that bomb? He didn't even have it in his hands yet, and I still grabbed it out of him. That is odd. I don't know how that worked, but I'll take it. Let's go ahead and make our way into the transformation segment here. So, this level is going to introduce a new transformation for us to play with. This here is Mega Yoshi. Nothing can stop a Mega Yoshi, except scalpers and Toys R Us exclusivity. Mega Yoshi here actually isn't just a transformation. That joke means that he was also an amiibo. Nintendo released 4 amiibo specifically for Yoshi's Woolly World. They released 3 Yarn Yoshis, a green, pink, and light blue one, based on the file selection that we had from the very beginning, but they also released a Mega Yarn Yoshi amiibo as well. This amiibo didn't really do anything special in the game. In fact, it did basically the exact same thing as the normal Yarn Green Yoshi amiibo. The only real difference actually it had was in Super Mario Maker. The amiibo had a slightly different skin that you could unlock in the game. That was basically it. Problem was 2 things. Here in North America, that amiibo was exclusive to Toys R Us. You get the other Yarn Yoshis wherever, but the Mega Yarn Yoshi is exclusive to a store that now no longer exists here in North America. Toys R Us went bankrupt and now has to change their name, so they basically don't exist. And yeah, that's kind of a problem, because now that amiibo is extremely rare. And that's kind of a problem if you want to collect these things. But another thing was, back in the day, the Yarn Yoshi amiibo weren't that expensive. They were just a couple bucks more than normal amiibo price. The Mega Yarn Yoshi, on the other hand, was $40. $40 US for one amiibo was kind of an expensive thing to pick up back then. So you can imagine a lot of people didn't bother buying the Mega Yarn Yoshi amiibo compared to the other ones. The 3 other little Yarn Yoshi amiibo were way more common out in the wild because they weren't, a store exclusive. Go figure. Way easier to get for people when they weren't at one store only. But then the fact that they didn't cost $40, kind of a big deal. They're just around 20 which is a much better price for an amiibo in my opinion. Honestly, the most I've ever spent on a figure was about maybe $30 with the shipping included, and that was because it was an import. And that's the most I think I would ever want to pay. And again, it was an import. If that was an official thing that was in the store, yeah, no thank you. And again, that's why a lot of people did not buy it. Mega Yarn Yoshi is a cool idea, but it was very overpriced, unfortunately. And it wasn't even that much bigger, too. It was just a couple inches bigger. So it wasn't that mega. But it exists in the game. It's a transformation. He's fun to play as. I mean, he's big. He can swipe his tail, which is pretty fun to play with. That's about it. He doesn't really do anything that special, if we want to be honest, besides him just being big. Here in particular, I'm going to be very careful. So, I actually wait for another bomb to come out. I'm going to go ahead and grab it. Blow this up. But I'm actually going to go ahead and jump off of this Shy Guy so I can get myself something called an extended flutter. Unfortunately, that didn't really work all that well. Let me see if I can get him a little bit closer to the ledge. I don't need to do this, but I want to show how this mechanic works. If you jump off an enemy and you hold down the B button, the flutter jump, you'll actually get more flutter. And that's actually a big deal in some sections because the extended flutter can save you in situations that could just be a dead game for you. So that technique, really useful in a lot of situations later on. Fortunately for me here, I gotta be very careful with some of my shots. I got all of the patches there, so that's a good thing. And here, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I have this section opened. I'm gonna grab you. I'm just gonna jump off the enemy's head to get the extended flutter. That way, I get myself another piece of the yarn, which is our final piece that we need for the Yoshi. And I can just come up here normally. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Why? I tongued the guy and then just pushed him back the first time. I don't like fighting the spear Shy Guys. They're kind of awkward to hit. To be honest, their hitboxes are a little weird. So, unfortunately there, I kind of got nudged by the Shy Guy a little bit with his, well, pointy stick. And that means I have to replay the entire level just because of 5 points of damage. That hurts. Not a big deal though, because it's a quick run through. I'll just make my way back to this level real fast. Yeah, it'd be fine. There we go. We got everything. So, let's go ahead and continue on. And now we got a new Yoshi. Let's go ahead and just see what we get. Want to see what this wool knits back together to look like. I will say, though, Moo Moo Yoshi, really cool idea just because, I don't know why, but I think of the cow from Mario Kart Wii. The cow that was from the Moo Moo Metal stage is the first thing that comes in my mind when I see this cow. And it's pretty hilarious just for that reason. Now, with this level cleared, we knitted back together the Shy Guy Yoshi. Unfortunately, you're not going to be used right away because I need to go back through that level. That's fine. We'll go ahead and show you off here in just a moment. For now, though, let's go ahead and make our way back through a level with a bunch of tiny guys. With another tiny little fellow here. Kirby Yoshi. Which is a glorified pink Yoshi. I mean, this thing is super pink. So, with Kirby Yoshi on our hands, let's go ahead and make our way back through this level just to get 5 hearts. We'll show that power badge here in the next level. For now, just go in without a badge. See you on the other side. was a good little pink puffball there. We got all the hearts, and I just noticed that little Yoshi there in the back tree. That was a nice little cute touch. I like it. That was our final thing we need in this level, so that's all 4 of the stars. This is now 100% complete. So, let's go ahead and move on to our next level here. So, unfortunately, Kirby, you didn't really get too much time, but it's fine. We got to see him in that sped-up version. Let's go ahead and swap over the Shy Guy Yoshi, and just starting off, I gotta just say, Shy Guy Yoshi's nose? It's amazing. Look at it. It basically just has the Shy Guy eyes on the nose, so he has a set of eyes on his nose and his normal eyes. And when people say you're 4-eye because of glasses, the joke literally works with Shy Guy Yoshi, because he technically does have 4 eyes. 2 of them, though, they don't work. But now it's time to go on the World 1-7, Claw Daddy Beach. This one, let's go ahead and use our new power badge here, the Power Up Ground Pound. It costs 5,000 beads, which is kind of expensive, but it's actually a pretty good badge to use. And in this level, it's a pretty good level to go ahead and demonstrate with some of the new enemies we'll be seeing here. So, first things first, this power badge kind of just does something very simple. Go ahead and ground pound, and it makes the screen shake. That's why it's a powered up version of your ground pound, because it's a lot stronger than it would normally be. These guys here are a new type of enemy that we can go ahead and make short work of using our new power badge. So I gotta do up here, unfortunately, because down below the water kind of eats my ground pound up a little bit. But jumping from the top, it's fine. We can go ahead and just do things normally. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw an egg here, give me some hearts, throw an egg up above, which will give me some beads. And now, I'm actually gonna show how you're supposed to actually kill these guys and not just use a power badge that is very cheap. Well, not very cheap, but it's cheap for this. Throw an egg at these guys and then bounce off of them once they're tied up in the yarn. One thing I also didn't get to note is that if you pull out an egg like this, like I don't want to use the big yarn ball, I want to save this for later, press down the D-pad, Yoshi would cancel his egg throw. And you can go ahead and now put that egg in the back of the pack. So if there's a specific yarn ball egg that you don't want to use, just press down the D-pad when you have it out in your hands, and then you can go ahead and skip out on using that said egg. Makes things a lot easier, in all honesty, if you want to keep those big yarn balls. So that's a big help right there. This guy, I'm just going to go ahead and do my big old ground pound move. Kill him in one shot. And right here, skipping some eggs on the water, will reveal a hidden cloud, which has a flower in it. So, got me a flower. Right here, I'm going to drop down below, because that's a little hidden area, which has me some extra goodies to collect. And here, I'm just going to go ground pound straight down, kills the guy in one shot. It's a good thing he didn't have his claw straight up. That crab would hurt if he had his claw straight up. Thank you for not doing that. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and use a big egg for that. I'm going to grab my tongue. I'm going to go ahead and unveil this little collectible, which has a thing of yarn, which is pretty helpful. Ground pound all the enemies to oblivion, and get me another hidden egg platform thing. Words. Get a little hidden cloud there, and you get yourself a flower. And our hidden wall here gives us another stamp. There's a lot of hidden things we're grabbing right away. But now, it's time for another transformation. 2 transformations back to back, 1-6 and 1-7. This one, though, isn't a giant Yoshi. This one is a motorcycle. Meet Motor Yoshi. Defy enemies and the gravity. So, with this, we can go ahead and just basically be a motorcycle. We can go ahead and jump at the B button, and we also have a horn. I love honking the horn. It actually does have another use though. Beads are above you. You can go ahead and break open the beads by just pressing the horn button. Although, do be careful when you do that, because some may have a badge, and I might just miss the badge because I honked. So I'm really hoping that wasn't the case. If it was, I'm gonna be mad. I also missed that patch back there. Please don't be a bead. I can't remember all the beads that do have badges, because there's a lot in the game. And there's a lot of things to memorize, so there are going to be a lot of collectibles I do remember. Some, on the other hand, not so much. That was a nice shot. Kill them all. I'm going to just throw a neck up here, see what we get. Some hearts, I'll take it. Now here, looks like you can't really get to that pipe, but if you ground pound through these sponge blocks, you can swim under that little wall and then make your way over to the pipe. Down this pipe, a lot of different enemies, but more importantly, we got ourselves a new item to use. This here's a watermelon. Eat the watermelon, you'll go ahead and spit out watermelon seeds. This saves you on eggs, in all honesty, and it's a big deal because of it. I love watermelons in the Yoshi games. They're extremely helpful just because of the fact they save you on eggs in general. They're very helpful, but the downside to using watermelons is that whatever watermelon seeds you have in your mouth, they do not transition between screens. So going down that warp pipe, I lost the watermelon that was in my mouth. It's just gone. So that's the only downside, and you do have to remember about that because that's kind of a big deal. Use up all your watermelon before you go into a transition like that, and then it should be fine. Unfortunately for me, though, kind of had some in my mouth, but I didn't really have a use for them, so it's not too big of a deal. I would have just been wasting the watermelon seed. As you can see here, though, we got two different watermelons. We got a whole one and an eaten one. The only difference between the two is that the eaten watermelon has less ammo for you to use. So this eaten watermelon lasted a lot less time in comparison, and that's just because the guy ate a lot of the seeds out of it. That's why. That shy guy just kind of ruined my day with that. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you eating my food. Even though I know it's yours, I'll claim it as my own. The nice thing, though, about these seeds is that they will collect beads for you. So you can just go ahead and shoot them straight out, and they will collect beads. There's another collectible for us, so that's good. Just need one more of the yarn patches, and then that should be it. Speaking of patches, we only need one more for the stamp. Hopefully that's here somewhere. Maybe this? Oh, it's a flower. Close enough. This gives me another collectible I want. I'm just going to go ahead and just spit out all these seeds, which will kill those crab enemies, too. You have to use a crap ton of seeds to do it, but it will kill. Here, I'm going to shoot my seeds straight upwards, which gives you some hearts here. It's not bad. I'll take the hearts. There's a lot of watermelons over here. They really want you to use those melons. Instead, I'm just going to go ahead and ground pound, which will kill everything. Get in the water. Yoshi, please. Get in the water. There we go. That's our final piece of wool. I want that wool. Ground pound here once again to kill all the enemies. I wait on to deal with them. And then here, I'm going to use my watermelon seed, which will spawn in a trail of beads and our final flower. And that's everything. I missed a bead. I missed a singular bead. Now I gotta go find it. I swear, it's in that motorcycle section. And it was the part where I honked my horn too. If that's the horn one, that's gonna be bad. Hey, at least we have all the yarn and the flowers, the two things that actually matter, though. I mainly want to get all these beads because it doesn't matter in the Wii U version, but if you're playing the 3DS version of this game, you want to know where all these stamp beads are, because they actually have a use in that game compared to this one. So, it's a big deal for me to just show all this stuff, and also it's just kind of a personal thing. I like to get all the collectibles that have all the 4 stars up here, because that's true 100% to me. If I don't have all 4 stars in the level, then I haven't 100%ed it. I gotta go back. But with this level beaten, we knitted back together the Yoshi Melon Yoshi. A little repetitive to say it that way, but that's our Yoshi name. It actually has Yoshi in the name, which is a little weird. But I think to go back into the level that has a motorcycle, let's go ahead and use an amiibo that actually does ride a motorcycle of his own. Link Yoshi. You know, for years it would have been weird to say Link can ride a motorcycle, but then Mario Kart 8 and Breath of the Wild proved us wrong, and he rides a motorcycle in both of those games, so it's fitting. Let's make our way back into World 1-7. And you know, that power badge was pretty useful about the ground pounds. I'm gonna go make my yarn balls big instead. Save me some of the beads for this backtrack. Let's go ahead and find that bead we missed. Well, bead's not there. Really? To be fair, did I trigger that? I guess I didn't. Maybe I should pay attention a little bit more in these levels. Sometimes commentary just kind of overpowers your thinking power. So that was kind of bad, but it's fine. It's actually right here at the end of the level, so I can just walk straight over here. That's it. I'm glad I didn't miss anything from that motorcycle section. I thought I missed it there, but now it was actually the final badge, technically, of the level. It was right here next to the ending. Just kind of missed my shots ever so slightly with my melons, and also missed on just jumping around with my head. But we got it, so now this level is 100% complete. So now with that said, we can go ahead and take on the final level, technically, of World 1, but I think I'm going to go ahead and save level 1-8 for next time. Next time on Let's Play Yoshi's Woolly World, we'll have everything that's free! Yeah, I like free. We'll go over what that means in the next episode as well, but next time on Let's Play Yoshi's Woolly World, we'll be going into level 1-8 and finishing up World 1. I'll see you guys next time.